In this video, we are going to be analysing Carvana, ticker CVNA. Now, two things to note on why it's kind of moving big today. So we did see some insider buying of $1 million. Now, doesn't actually seem like a massive amount of money, especially for these kind of executives. That isn't going to be a massive amount of money. And in consideration to their market flow, again, not a massive amount, but I guess it does show some strength if the executives are looking to buy in. It's usually a good sign that they think the company is starting to turn around. So take that as you will. One other thing to note is they did start having some unusual option activity today, but obviously we have been bullish today. But the weird thing is a lot of this unusual activity was more centered around bearish plays, as you can see over here. Bullish expectations was only 46%, bearish expectations with 53%. So again, a bit weird that we moved up this much on the news. And I guess it could be as well, we're just seeing a lot of price changes on Carvana. I think the only big one, or the one we were paying most attention to, was the JP Morgan one, but I think that was about a month ago now. So again, probably not going to have too much impact on the stock. I think it's weird how much it moved today. I do think we're going to see a pullback just because of how much it moved. But onto the important part though, onto the actual technical analysis that we like to do using the standard deviation charts. What are we paying attention to? So one thing that was interesting when looking at CVNA is there is no support. Again, we tend to do the majority of our analysis on a 6-month and 1-year chart because again, it's kind of recent enough to give you valid levels to where you are now, but also kind of a long enough time that the levels are still valid and more smart money is paying attention to it. But what we can see is obviously it has been in a massive downtrend for the year. We had a high of $300 down to $6.05. Again, when you see that, always be concerned. There is always a risk taking something like this long, but because we have sold off so much, we can see our statistical mean, or our closest support on the 6-month, is at $-2, and if you're over on the 1-year chart, the statistical mean is at $-35. So just so far negative that we can't even do anything from the support side. So really, if I was paying attention to supports on this stock, there's two ways I'd be looking at it. Again, hoping that we can not hoping, but looking at for these double bottoms. Again, if we come down back on the 4-hour like we kind of did here, we did move down at a divergence. Yes, we didn't break the low, but kind of a double bottom at a massive divergence. So again, it could have been a trade opportunity, bit bullish, but again, I guess a real confirmation will be, can we break this high here? If we can start breaking $12, closing above it, maybe a good indication that we could flip a bit more bullish on the stock. But that's one thing I'd be looking out for. And if you're going any lower, it would just be the key psychological levels: $5, $4, $3, $2.50, $2, $1, and so on. But this stock's going to be easy to trade if we start pushing to the upside. What levels would we be paying attention to? So as of right now, we have our closest resistance at $32. Breaking through there would be $43. Then $66, breaking on to $120, actually $100 as well, $134. $200 and $277. Now, very wide ranges, very far from where we are now. What does this kind of tell me? Something I don't want to be trading at the moment, because when it's this ride, yes, it means the stock's volatile, may provide a lot of opportunity, but one thing to look at is, when did this volatility happen? We can see this happen about 6 months ago. In the last 6 months, it's been a lot more steady, just more of a steady trending downtrend. Before, it was a downtrend, obviously a very harsh one, but that's where the volatility was. So it does kind of discomfort me a bit more to be taking on these kind of plays. I would be a bit more patient. I'd be waiting to see if this is a actual double bottom. Again, we've got the divergence. We kind of got this double bottom for now. It's where we're going to kind of get this confirmation. Again, could look for the play now in anticipation, a bit of a smaller size. But if we can kind of break above this $12, start closing above, probably a good indication that we can flip a bit more bullish on it. Again, the key thing, if you're looking at the support side, if you're paying attention, if we hit $5, probably a good buying opportunity. You'll probably at the minimum see a bounce. Again, could be that reversal zone. But it would be something I'd prefer to play to the upside. Really, if we're hitting $32, this is probably a stock I'm going to look to play the pullback move more than anything. We come into $32, again, probably just something I'll be buying puts on, looking at probably a 1 to 5 day hold. Expecting, a 3 to 5 point pullback probably would be my play. Close out that profit. If it continues at downtrend again, I might leave a contract or two open just to let it run. But on the other hand, if it pushes down those points, comes back to retest it, instead breaks above, again, I'll look for that support if it can hold. then again, it's something I'll play with options because I want to find risk on these kind of stocks, just because if it can move that harsh, there's nothing saying it can't do it again. I want to be protected. So again, if we get that breakthrough, come back to test it as a support and it holds, $42 would be that target, and that would kind of be the plays I'd be looking at. On the long bias plays, I would be cutting size for sure. Again, on these puts, I would have a lot more confidence in the trade to say on the pullback plays. On these kind of retests and the plays to the upside, because the stock has sold off so much, I would be more hesitant, probably doing half the size on these kind of plays. But again, you'll probably end up making the same because you're looking for a much bigger move. You're looking for 10 points instead of 5. So that's definitely something I'd be looking at and how I'd be looking to trade Carvana. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, why not drop a like and subscribe and check out one of these 2 analysis videos.